Well, well. Welcome back to some more of that good old sweet Kaizo IronMON, friends. We've got it all with Flygon. He is here with us today. 5-star Flygon, who's been absolutely crushing it, dude, for us. Is crushing it last night. We found some good heals and everything too. We're off to a pretty solid seeming start so far here. How far are we in, Merson? Dude, we are we're in Vermilion City right now, but I think it looks like we haven't got any badges, so we still got a little bit of work to do there. Let me adjust my mic just a little bit here. Raise this up just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we haven't fully managed to get through this area. We're still, I think, training up Flygon some. But Flygon's been doing pretty good for us, I'm not gonna lie. And we've got some heals on board, so we're feeling pretty good about that. That's always nice. Let's see where we are at. Have we managed to face all the trainers right here? Just make sure. Yes, we did. I couldn't remember. We got pretty far last time with this Flygon here. I couldn't remember how far in we'd gotten. So we are off to the trainers before the SSN. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds about right. We love it. Dude, we got some flora on deck already, dude. It's Sacred Fire. Get it out of here, dude. Dude, just easy. Easy work. This Flygon has some pretty ridiculous coverage for this Kaizo challenge. I'm not gonna lie. We are looking pretty goated if we can kind of keep up what we've got going on. We hope, anyway. Kangaskhan, dude. We'll probably just hit him with Thunderbolt. We have a higher special attack. Oh, and he's paralyzed. Dude, let's go. Yeah, there we are. Pupitar. Oh, dude, I'm kind of stuck. That sucks. Here we go. Bone Rush. That'll take him out. We're stuck for just a minute. Dude, Flygoat. And we have plenty of opportunity to heal. Yo, what's up, Michael? How's it going, buddy? We're taking on that fella. Do 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 do. All right, so that's 2 trainers. Oh, dude, Tears of the Kingdom is a great game, dude. I love Tears of the Kingdom, man. I'm glad you could swing on by. I never managed to beat Tears of the Kingdom, but I really did like it a lot. I played it a lot more than I played Breath of the Wild. Which Breath of the Wild was great too. I'm not really sure why I didn't end up playing more Breath of the Wild than I did, but I really did click with Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, dude! Old school RuneScape, man. Old school RuneScape is great, man. I love some old school RuneScape. I have an Iron Man with some of my friends. It was really my first time really getting big into RuneScape. Hit that bone rush. There we go. Oh, one more time. There we go. Yeah, when I first got into RuneScape, you know, it was a long time ago. When it was, you know, still initially old school RuneScape and everything. But I ended up playing a lot more WoW instead because of the combat. But when I started doing some bossing and stuff like that, dude, I was having so much fun with the game. I've done Perilous Moons a bunch of times now. I'm not even sure what my KC is for him. Dude, almost 80 in all stats? Dude, that's crazy, man. I have a friend who managed to get, he's got a lot of 99s. He's got a pretty, his Iron Man account, in our group Iron Man that we're in, he's got a lot. But yeah, I've played WoW for years, man. I'm working on a YouTube video right now about like just how much I enjoyed World of Warcraft over the years. The combat of World of Warcraft always I felt like was a little bit stronger to me, but Legends of Dragoon, dude, I know of that game. So I never played it, but I did have a friend who played it. I never personally did get to play it, but I had a friend who had Legends of Dragoon, who he was really big into it, and Suikoden. That was another game. Suikoden. Dude, yeah, Burning Crusade was like the coolest thing I'd ever seen, dude. That trailer when they first showed Illidan and he popped up and it was like, you were not prepared, dude. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for how my brain chemistry would get altered by how cool I thought Illidan was. Hey, we had a light go. Let's go. Like that trailer and the Lich King trailer, dude, were just, oh man. I think the only thing I probably thought was more cool, that was cooler than that, was probably Master Chief, dude. Dude, Master Chief was probably like the only thing that really beat me out for that, dude. That give the Covenant back their bomb is like seared into my memory. That and like Halo, end of Halo 2, dude. Dude, it was an incredible, like it is such a shame to me now too. Because like back in the generation of like that generation of games and everything, like with everything that kind of they were like cooking with, like Gears of War and Halo, man, some of the franchises really feel like they fell by the wayside, kind of. Like Halo, like I did enjoy Halo Infinite multiplayer, but like it's just like nothing really has seemed to capture what like Halo 3 and Halo Reach really did for me, you know? Like there are a lot of good games nowadays. Like Baldur's Gate, dude, like I could sit and play that game for hours and hours. It's so good. But there were just like certain games that it just really felt like back then, like if there was a Blizzard game or there was a BioWare game or like, you know, you got like an Xbox Studio game or something like that, like I didn't ever really question for like a minute about pre-ordering some of that stuff, dude. Because like Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect, I just every time BioWare was like, "We got something coming," I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see what that is." Like, and it's saying like I remember like begging my parents, dude, just to be able to get what was it? Like just to be able to get some extra RAM in my computer because the parents had no idea what RAM was, dude. Like they did not have any clue. Just so I could play StarCraft 2 at the time, just by myself. All I wanted to do was just play StarCraft on my computer. Like I didn't even have a lot of friends who really liked StarCraft. I just thought Zerg were cool. Dude, let's go! In there like gold, dude. But yeah, man, that generation of games was really good. And like I feel like I see glimpses of it every now and again because you know, like I'm 33 and my son really likes games, and you know he's getting into games just like me. And dude, we sat down and we played Astrobot together, and man, that was like a core gaming experience for me, dude. Astrobot was something special. It felt like I was watching myself play Mario for the first time all over again. It was so cool. My freshman homecoming, I had a LAN party during my first months of rad, dude. LAN parties were incredible, man. Dude, Flygoat's still going strong, dude. LAN parties, dude. I had a LAN party for like my 16th or 17th birthday. And mind you, I grew up in like a 2-bedroom single wide trailer. And we had like 4 CRT TVs and all stacked up in this trailer, dude. And we had like gone outside and we played like we had the property we lived on was like a couple acres, and so we played some like Manhunt, and then we came in and then we played Halo custom games all night long, dude. And then like we played Gears of War and like 2v2s and stuff like that. Oh, dude, just so goated. We had like a big TV in the we had the one TV in the living room that had like Guitar Hero on it, man. Yeah, hell, it was a hell yeah, dude. We got a bunch of $5 pizzas from Little Caesars and shit. Those are the days, dude. It's time to reset. You're right. Let's go ahead and give it an old little reset there. Crush our dreams. Dude, you're telling me, so there is a pizza place that we don't have it in Arkansas, but we got it. It used to be in Florida, and it was called Hungry Howie's, and they had flavored crust. And man, I used to go, and I'd go out there, and we would get five pizzas, like pizzas for $5.55 or some shit. And it was like $1 extra for all that stuff. Oh, dude, yeah, I live in Arkansas. I am indeed from Arkansas. Dude, Hungry Howie's, dude. He knows it. Fire, dude. Shit, it was fire, dude. Hey, Thomas. Dude, what's up, buddy? Thanks for saying hey. Working on another Digimon video. I think we're going to do a Digimon stream, too, at some point. So I can reiterate how crazy some of these evolutions are. Dude, North Central Florida to Missouri. Dude, that's crazy. I grew up in North Central Florida to Arkansas, which is really funny. I consider it North Central Florida. It might be more than just Northern Florida. But I grew up around the Gainesville area. Welcome to the SSAM. Dude, dude, Alachua, dude, that's crazy. I know exactly where Alachua County is. And you probably know the town I'm from because most people don't know it. Because I'm from Columbia County, and it's Fort White, Florida. That's the town I grew up in. So, like, most folks who I talk to, I just tell them Gainesville because they don't know, they have no idea where Fort White would even be remotely located at. Dude, that's crazy. Your mom taught at Fort White High School? Dude, I went to Fort White High School, dude. I was over there. That is crazy. California, dude. That is so wild, dude. We're so back, Jordan. Yeah. I have to usually be like, oh, like the Florida Gators. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I know that. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to go fight Gary. What am I doing? I'm dicking around. But yeah, I 100% like, I graduated in 2011 from Fort White High School, because like I was still there before they built the middle school, and it was just like the craziest thing because they had middle schoolers and they had middle schoolers all the way. Oh, why did I do Thunderbolt, dude? I'm handicapped. The middle schoolers through high school. So it was like 6th grade through 12th grade, all in the same high school, dude. Bad idea. It was a bad idea all around. Dude, it's crazy to think that was 15 years ago, man. It is wild. It's wild to me to think how much stuff has just changed in that time span. Like the time span from like the time I feel like I was a kid to now, and like being like 33 years old. I was born in 93. It's just so, it feels like things changed so rapidly, because I was like outside playing with toys, and then I had like what was it? I had like a Hey You Pikachu, little pocket Pikachu. I had like a little I had a Digivice, like little original like pocket Digivices into a Game Boy Color with little worm light and stuff, and then Game Boy Advance all the way through like the DS and like the SP and stuff. Dude, she taught FCAT reading. Man, I probably knew I probably knew who your mom was too at the high school. Dude. Dude, yeah. It's funny because I'm pretty sure your mom taught with Mr. Lassiter. Debbie Atraf. Yeah. She knew Mr. Lassiter. I love Mr. Lassiter, dude. That's crazy. That's so wild. That's the crazy thing about like social media and like TikTok and like, YouTube are doing a lot of this stuff because like there's just people from like all over the place, dude. Like you just find so many people like when you start doing stuff. And it's just also so weird, like how some things just change so rapidly too. Because like my YouTube channel, for example, was like 52 subscribers like 5 days ago, and that one Digimon video I posted just sent my like channel on just like a crazy upward trajectory. I think from then until now, the change in my subscriber count went from like 52 to like almost 700, and from the course of the time that first video was posted, and I was like, dang, dude. It is under the same exact name with a 1 at the end of it, because somehow there was I don't know, I must have had a different YouTube channel name or something like that at one point. Because I started trying to do this stuff before I actually went to nursing school. And then I went to nursing school. And if you've ever been to nursing school or know anyone who's ever been to nursing school, basically you die for 18 months while you're in the program and no one knows you exist, because it's like a hardcore boot camp / cult that you join, where they just bury you in crazy stuff that you have to do. So it's the way of the nursing life. So I stopped and I was like, you know what? I don't really have the ability to kind of try to focus on two things at once anymore. Same thing as the old purple app too. The old itch, I call it, as you call it. It does have the same name, because both those have the same name for some reason. Wouldn't you know it? A sharp beak, dude. I don't want beaks. We need some heals. Heals, please. No heals. Okay, thanks. That was real nice. Appreciated all that. Let me see how many different rooms that I can get into. Because I don't think there are any other trainers I can really fight before Misty outside of the SSN. Yeah, Fort White. Flygoat's ready, dude. Flygoat has been whooping ass out here, dude. And we can still take on some more people on the SSN, dude. But it really is crazy to think about that, dude. It was also kind of, it was one of the crazier things that happened at Fort White, as I remember, it became like memeable. It became something that we just like joked about all the time. Was we eventually got to this point where we were doing like club activities on Fridays, but we like every week for some odd reason, dude, we were having fights break out every Friday, and we just started calling it Fight Club Friday. Because, like, without fail, someone would be throwing hands somewhere at the school. And, like, someone got, like, put in the hospital one time because some dude got their head knocked on the side of a table, like, and stomped on. It was brutal, dude. Like some Mortal Kombat type shit that was going on at these events. Thunderbolt the Dragonite, dude. That guy, the dude just like got his head like clonked on the table, man. Like, and everyone was like, oh my God. You know. And I'll tell you the other most depressing thing about the high school too was the high school started out with some goated lunch food, dude. Like I'm talking like there was this like special line you could go to that had all the good shit in it. And like of course if you didn't have any money, unfortunately you couldn't get the good shit. But you kind of like you were hustling out there as a high schooler. You were trying to make a little money on the side, like sell odd things. I was always like, I'll do your homework for like, 10, 20 bucks or something. You knew what it was. And but you could get those like Bosco cheese sticks, dude. Oh my God, dude. They were so good at the time. Oh, dude, Typhlosion, that scares me. Get his creepy ass out of here. Dude, they were like, and then you could get like these little individual Red Baron pizzas, and they had like tiny Gatorades and stuff. And like, gosh, it was like the greatest thing. And then I don't know what happened, but I think it was something to do with, I don't know, some kind of nutrition thing that was going on. But then they started taking away all of our good food. Dude, Domino's and spicy chicken sandwiches. That sounds fire, dude. That's right. That's right, Jared. Thanks, Obama. That's exactly what it was, dude. Obama coming in and taking away all of our good shit. Jared, do you remember a teacher called Mrs. Ashraf? I need to know this. If you remember this. Thanks, Obama. Oh, dude, this is crazy. So there's a guy over on the TikTok side, and his mom was Mrs. Ashraf, Debbie Ashraf, one of the teachers. I was like, this is crazy, dude. Like, like nobody knows where Fort White is. Nobody. Dude, Purple, what's up? You know what it is. You know what we're doing. I need to get out of here before I get myself killed, though. That's what I need to do. It's been a minute, dude. It's been a minute again. This is Flygoat, though. Flygoat, we don't have enough PP. I laughed at Chris and said you were gonna get doxxed, dude. Well, luckily, I might not get doxxed because I'm not in Florida anymore. I might get doxxed. Who knows? If I get doxxed, it's fine. You're not gonna. There's nothing crazy is gonna happen if you dox me. You might mess my internet up, and I'll be sad for a day. Yeah, we're gonna have to jump off the boat here because we're running out of PP. Our PP cannot extend far enough for what we need. Though what do we got? We got Flygoat needs a blue chew, dude. That's right. Flygoat needs a blue chew. Dude, what we got? We have 1 Thunderbolt, 1 Bone Rush, 13 Signal Beams. Ah, dude, I don't trust it, man. I think Flygoat's ready for Misty. I think he's ready. We're gonna go take her on. Bye, SSN. See you later. It's been real. Thanks for not giving me any cool items. Flygoat's ready for 3 Misties, dude. Let's heal Flygoat up, dude. His big old bug eye looking self. We got it. Let's head back up there. Let's think. Is there any other trainers we can find? I don't think so. We went down here. We went all the way to the right. You can't get anything any further that way if you go to the right. What else? We cleared the SSN. We don't have cut, so we can't go get the items that are over there by the house. So we gotta deal with Misty to get cut, and we can't go deal with the power station before we get down to the next cities and everything. But once we're at the next cities, we can pretty much run all the way. Like before we have to fight Koga. Is it Koga? No. So before we fight Erica, honestly, we could run all the way through Koga. Because we actually don't have to fight what's his name? We don't have to fight Erica because we get the stuff. What happened to the house wall, bro? Dude. You talking about the big old Snorlax? Big Lax? He died. He got his cheeks clapped, unfortunately, dude. Now we got the fly goat. Oh, did we miss? We did. I think we got something took us out. It was Gary. I can't remember what Gary had, but it was massive and huge, and it did shut our shit down, dude. All right, but Flygoat's making up for it tonight. Flygoat's been pretty damn good with a lot of his coverage. I do remember the time we had Frenzy Plant, and then we accidentally reset our game. That was pure tragedy right there. We're not gonna let that happen again. I guess there could have been worse places to do it. Gone but not forgotten. That's right. All right, Misty. What you got, girl? Show me what you got. Oh, dude, Trico, Sacred Fire. It's got Flash Fire. What the fuck? Signal Beam. That's fine. We'll do that then. We had a backup plan. Croconaw, Thunderbolt, dude. I'm gonna run through you. Oh, yeah, we're running a train on all your Pokemon today, Misty. Let's see. Venomoth, dude. Give him the Sacred Fire. Get him out of here. He's not ready. Misty doesn't have it. Thunderbolt. Get Lugia out of here. Oh, Cross Chop. That was kind of scary, but not scary enough for Flygoat. Dude, we just took Misty to Pound Town, dude. We got the Cascade badge. Big Cock Brock is honestly the toughest gym leader I think that we face. We got Knockoff. That's all right. I don't think it's does a lot of damage. Okay, so we got Knockoff, and that means we can go to the right. I'm about to big what? Dude, big what? You know about Big Cock Brock. He's the biggest he's the biggest obstacle in Kaizo. That's what I'm telling you. Dude, the don't talk. Dude, thanks for the follow, buddy. You're very super. It's because he's the Rock Gym leader. That's right. Brock the Rock with his big cock. That's what they call him out in the streets. His cock is the biggest obstacle, dude. That's right. Once you get past that, you've earned legendary status. I like Brock's onion. I ain't talking about his Pokemon, dude. Dude, hell yeah. Oh, his Onyx, dude. I was like, I don't know what his onion is, but dude, it's got layers. I'm about it. I mean, I thought you might be saying that like maybe he was Big Cock Brock was uncirced, you know? I wasn't sure. He's got layers. Layers, dude. We're talking about layers like evolutions. That's right. That's right. Evolution, food for thought. Super Dude GTR. Welcome back. We got it. Dude, we got this Magnetric, dude, a Groudon. You know, that's one of the only things I don't really have a good answer for. Sacred Fire. Well, we burned him. Oh, it's got color change? That's not so bad. That's not too difficult to abuse, actually. We can Sacred Fire him and then... Yeah, that doesn't work too well. These mini peeps. Oh, dude, it is peep season. Dude, there's a pizza place here that sells a dessert pizza that's a Peeps pizza. It's like a they put Peeps on the pizza and it's like a marshmallow flavoring, dude. Dude, yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Not only that, it's called Pizza Inn. It's a buffet. It's a buffet pizza place, just like the Pizza Hut of old. You go in and they just make a ton of pizza and like macaroni and cheese, and you can get regular pizzas and order from too. They got chocolate chip pizza, and for Easter right now they have this Peep pizza, dude. I have not tried it because I like their chocolate chip pizza a lot. But oh, he's got Omstar has Volt Absorb. Well, shit, dude. That's not cool. Dude, old school Pizza Inn is as close as I've come to old school Pizza Hut. I'm not from Rochester, Indiana. I wish I was, because I could tell you exactly where to go to get this Peeps pizza. I know there's Pizza Inns in Mississippi, I think, and I know there are Pizza Inns in Arkansas. Oh, dude, there's Pizza Inns there, dude. I didn't know that. We just got a Jack in the Box here, actually. They opened up a Jack in the Box. It's like the first Jack in the Box has been opened in Arkansas, maybe? Or like this side of Arkansas? I don't know. Their logo, the Pizza Inn, is like got a little pizza man, and he's like throwing a little pizza up in the air, and then it's like red and white. Oh, dude, that's terrible. I mean, I don't know what the quality of this Jack in the Box is gonna be like 1 month from now, but I had it today and it was pretty fire, dude. They had a munchie box, and you can get like 2 tacos and some curly fries and a spicy chicken sandwich, as well as I think it was a drink for $11. And in today's economy, that shit's banging, dude. $11. The hospital charges me more on the daily basis for lunch sometimes than that, and they serve me like not the best food sometimes, dude. I would rather eat lunchroom cafeteria food occasionally. The ultimate cheeseburger, dude. I'll have to check. I haven't tried it. I had their spicy chicken sandwich the first time, and I think I had like a I had the tacos. I have had the tacos. Dude. The tacos are pretty goated. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they're not the best thing I've ever had, but dude, let me tell you, I know in my heart of hearts that those would slap if I was drunk at like 2 in the morning. Oh, dude, heck yeah, dude. Dude, I'm like, I've been to St. Louis several times. Oh, dude. Colonel Curly Fries, dude, that's the perfect person to talk about curly fries with right there. It's Jack in the Box. I will say, you know, when I think of curly fries, I feel like Arby's still has had the best curly fries. Like Jack in the Boxes were good, but they were kind of like too soft. You know, I need the crispity crunch when I get the curly fry. That's, you know what I mean? You named it Fly Goat, dude. We love Fly Goat. Dude, you can thank our boy Quad for that name. He called him Fly Goat, and it's been he's been the goat ever since, dude. Dude, they have really good ranch dressing. Oh, dude, I will say, Mr. Blumpkin, that their ranch, or it might not have been ranch, it might be thinking whatever it was. They gave me some sauce. It might have on that chicken sandwich, and it might have been ranch on the chicken bacon one. But it was pretty bussin'. It was pretty bussin'. All right, dude. I'm gonna tell you, flaming hot Cheetos. Like I shouldn't eat them because they're gonna blow my asshole right out, dude. Because I've got IBS. But damn, are they just so good? They're so tasty. They're so good. Who cares about the repercussions? Dude, yeah, I went to, I've been to St. Louis for some concerts. I saw Hands Like Houses in St. Louis. I've also been out there to play some Warhammer because they do like a Warhammer Teams event out in St. Louis. So Warhammer, I like it. It's lots of fun. I don't get to play as much as I used to because I have to work on the weekends currently. But, you know, I love my Tyranids. That's right, Warhammer 2048. We're gonna hit it with Thunderbolt. Get out of here, Cloister. Thank you. Thank you. Dude, we're level 50 going to Warhammer 40,000. Is it 2086? You're close. I was picking up what you were putting down. You know what I'm saying? I was getting it. You're Cyberpunk 2077. The next one, the sequel I heard might be called Cyberpunk 2086, though. Like 9 years in the future. Yeah, I could completely skip Lieutenant Surge if I wanted to. Like the app game. This might be the run, dude. We're kind of cooking right now. We could use some more heals. But outside of that, we're doing really good. We've got a really good move pool. We have 2 more moves we can learn. Magnet toss. I don't need that. I guess I'll take the X special. That could come in handy at some point. Let's make sure we fought everybody. There we go. Zatu. Before we go, before we get our way out to... Did we get this item? We did. Before we make our way back to Lieutenant Surge. Oh, you're obviously talented. Good luck to you. Oh, here's an item. The PP up, dude. I need PP up. I need to raise my PP. I got to toss something. This max survive. Can't use that, dude. But I can use a PP up, and I know exactly what I'm using that PP up on, dude. Sacred Fire, dude. Give me one more use of Sacred Fire. That's going to be huge, dude. Something Brock never has to worry about, right? He does not have to worry about. He doesn't need PP up. Signal Beam, his ass. Earthquake. Good thing he missed. Water Rock. You trying to intimidate me, dude? Nah, not today. Hit you with a Thunderbolt. Set your ass back to the sea where you belong. We've been having a really good time with Fly Goat. Too good of a time, I feel like. I feel like something nasty is waiting out there for us. I hope not. Can I have a bicycle? Yay! I remember to get the bicycle for once in my life. Relicanth would have made a lot of sense to be a fossil Pokemon, Mika. I'm surprised it wasn't. Yeah, hopefully not a reset. Exactly. Meganium, dude. Rest in peace. Gone but never forgotten. Our boy Meganium. Big Ganium with those big gains. Are we healed? We are healed all the way. We're full on PP. We're ready. Let's take on Lieutenant Surge. All right, cast form. You know what? We'll thunderbolt it. Take down. That's not that crazy. Signal beam. And what else we got? Espeon, dude. Signal beam, actually. Wow, they didn't really do as much damage as I was hoping it would. Spark doesn't affect me. Good. Don't try that ever again. Get out of here. All right. First trainer down. Second trainer. Reggie Steel, brother. Go to sleep, dude. Tyranitar, Bone Rush. Nice job, Flygoat. Nice job. That's A1 bone clubbing right there. Salamence. Dude, explosion would scare the death out of me. Oh, I don't have to imagine it, buddy. He will have 6 Pokemon. I don't know if they'll be in complete counter to me. Bone Rush is Brock's favorite move. In this Kaizo IronMON challenge, Lieutenant Surge will have 6. And he will try to ruin our day if we give him a chance. And I'm hoping we don't. Hey, there's a switch. Hey, we got it. All right. All right, Lieutenant Surge. Come at me, bro. Charizard, dude. Nah. Oh boy, that did a lot of damage. We can't heal. We can only heal in battle. That's one of the big things. Ice Punch, dude. That's awful. Okay, that was the scariest move we've been hit by in a while. I'm feeling like we're doing okay. Fortress, Sacred Fire. I'm trying to save these heals if we don't absolutely need them. This is Kaizo, Zippy. We're on Lieutenant Surge right now. It is a Nuzlocke. Kaizo IronMON is a Nuzlocke basically with one single Pokemon. If our Flygoat dies, we have to start all over from the very beginning. So luckily for us, we cleaned up Lieutenant Surge without much problem. This shit is very difficult. We're on attempt like 980 something. Oh, dude, he gave me Stun Spore. Lame. Lame. All right. Let's run through the rock tunnel. Ooh, can we get some super repels? Do you sell those to me now? Please. I don't want to do, no, just regular repels. Shit. I need to sell some stuff here. What? Sunstone. The chance of us changing our mon at this point is really, really low. Earliest successful attempt I've seen is the 1700s. Dang, dude. Yeah, we almost had a successful run before the 500 mark. We had a Crobat named Brobat that got us all the way to Agatha. He was pretty cool. Since then, we've gotten kind of mucked up around Silphco a couple times. Dude, Jake! We are right back. We're back in Vermilion. We just beat Lieutenant Surge. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. People were like, dang, this is some crazy like RNG to be like this far, this early into the run. I have not yet found any shinies. What's up, buddy? Dude, we're here back at doing some Kaizo again. How are you doing tonight, dude? We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good tonight. We've got we've had a pretty solid run going. We're past Lieutenant Surge. It's canon to find a shiny and lose it, dude. Flygo, dude. Yeah, it'd be really cool to find a shiny. I would be pretty excited if we did manage to find one. Is there a way to add this to Game Boy emulators? So the ROM would work, of course, but it's not a specific ROM. It's like it is the Fire Red ROM, but there's a set of like programs that that run also in the background every time I reset it. Like, I think you could do the majority of it, but the issue would be re-randomizing it every time. And with as frequently as you die, you have to reset like pretty consistently. So like you'd have to make a ROM. You could probably send it to yourself on like an emulator. But if you have a PC, you can get all the files from the website and everything if you join the Discord. Which you would be able to, you could probably run this on like, I would think most any computer would be able to do it. Like, I wouldn't think there'd be much of a problem. Because like the Game Boy emulator and the game isn't like isn't very graphically intensive, you know? There's just a script that runs in the background for it. Okay. Let's cut this tree down. We gotta do the rock tunnel. Oh, you wanted to play from the couch, dude. I totally get it. A Steam Deck might be able to do it because it's kind of like a computer. It might be possible. Dude, now we got to make it through the rock tunnel without any issue here. I have a map saved for this. Because there is no way in hell, dude, I make it through rock tunnel without flash. Just wandering around. It'd be like a death sentence, dude. Okay, we gotta get through here. This is like our next big op. Pokemon fight, ready, go. Dude, yeah, you never know what you're gonna get inside the rock tunnel. Most of the time, I really haven't had much of an issue with rock tunnel. I think we've made it through it, even with the like the length of time it takes to kind of get through everything. Oh shit! That Ice Beam Snorlax. Okay, so Snorlax is gonna be a problem in the future, dude. If we run into Snorlax. Ice Beam, man, that was scary. That's the most damage we've taken in a hot minute. Let's see. So we definitely know to hit Snorlax with like Sacred Fire as soon as we can. Because that Snorlax is not going to play, dude. If we get hit with an Ice Beam at a high level like that, we will get dropped. Yeah, we normally don't have a problem with Rock Tunnel. This is going to be a problem. Berry Juice! Immediately has a problem with Rock Tunnel. That's what happened. That's the curse. You know, you say it, you speak it. We did. I did not name him Fly Goat, but one of the fellas here, Mr. Quad, said the name, and I was like, we're like, that's a good name, Flygo. We got to go with that. Okay, we run up. Another trainer. Okay. Let's see what he's got. Flareon, Bone Rush it. Not bad. Fable, Thunderbolt. Okay, we're doing all right. We got a few more moves to go. We got a few more moves to learn. Dude, we've been streaming. We've been live for a little under an hour so far. Tonight we'll probably be going for about another hour just because I have to work at the hospital early in the morning. So we got a little bit of a later start tonight because the child lost a tooth. He lost his first tooth. Had to do tooth fairy shit. You know what I'm saying? We had to go get that money. Dude, I am a nurse. I work as a nurse in the hospital, doing all the. I'm what's called a progressive care nurse. I take care of a lot of folks who come out of the ICU before they're quite ready to go to like the normal part of the hospital. It's where we do. Dude, you're finishing your RN in May, dude. Congratulations, man. Nursing school is no joke, dude. It's a tough thing. I said it earlier, but it really is like a weird cult that you just disappear into for like however long you're going for, whether it's like an ASN or a BSN or something like that. Signal beam him. Take him out. This man, like, yeah, it's a step-down unit from the ICU. You got it right. They actually call us, step-down most of the time. So we serve as step-down and what's called progressive care. So our official name is like progressive care step-down unit. So we take care of folks. We have a smaller ratio than most other nurses on like a med surg floor. Like you're looking at like a 4 to 5 patient ratio for med surg. We're a 1 to 3 unit ratio, and then the ICU is a 1 to 2. So, dude, nursing school was one of the craziest things I've ever done, dude. Oh, she was CV ICU, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, Mewtwo's out. Dang, we dropped Mewtwo. Snorlax is scarier than Mewtwo. Didn't think I'd see that. We have a NICU and we have a CVICU, but we don't have a Ped CVICU. Hello and goodbye to Mewtwo, right? Like Mewtwo got dropped so quickly. I was really surprised by that. I'm just gonna Sacred Fire it. I was like, I don't know what to hit that bitch with. So Sacred Fire. And again. Run out of Sacred Fires. Bone Rush. Dude, yeah. That working with babies and everything, I hear it's very challenging, but also very rewarding. I know some folks who work in like the pediatric department. Oh, excuse me. Who work with kids, and I know some folks. Excuse me. Who work in the pediatric ICU, or not the NICU unit. And they are for sure Like the good thing about kids that like I always hear that's like it's kind of scary to work with them, but they also bounce back like relatively quickly when there's something wrong with them. So it's like really scary, but they bounce back really fast. Dude, I'd say my favorite shiny, man, you know, one I really, really like that I wish the actual shiny was the same was Mega Gengar, dude. I like the white Mega Gengar a lot. Dude, patient transport, dude, that's awesome. Patient transport. We love our transporters. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. We love the transporters out there. Getting our patients to and from places. Because what would I do if I had to do it all myself, man? I couldn't imagine having to be like, I take care of my patient, then take them down to CT, then get them back from CT, dude. Techs, like the hospital only works because of all the pieces that function to make the hospital work. Like you have to have your PCTs, you have to have your nurses, you have to have the doctors, you have to have the techs. Like you need pharmacy, you need all of it. Because like if it's just like if you don't, it like puts a lot of burden on one part, especially. Daughter was in the NICU, dude. NICU is crazy, dude. NICU is very crazy, and it is I'm very glad that we have a NICU here to help the prenatal babies. It's crazy how far that kind of stuff has come to allow, like the early pregnancy times and stuff. It's really funny too, because you know we were what they call they called us heroes a lot during COVID, and after COVID they were like pizza parties. The administration anyway. They still appreciate us most of the time, kind of. That is one good thing about the like those types of jobs, because I worked as a mental health tech and a like a patient care tech before I did my while I was doing nursing school, and it did the same thing. It allowed me to see a lot of the hospital and determine what I wanted to do. Dude, how do I stay awake to stream after I work at the hospital, dude? Usually, I'll tell you what I do. I go down to our coffee shop and I grab a flavored Red Bull and I drink it at like 5 o'clock. And then I stay awake to stream for a couple hours. And then as soon as I get off from here, I lay down and I pass out and then get up to take my son to school in the morning. But like, fire pick for me, I'm stuck between the blue Pokemon turning like Dragonair, Vaporeon, Kyogre. Dude, what are 3 favorites you picked? Dude, I like the white Gengar a lot. I think Charizard has one of the sickest. I just love Charizard's shiny, the black Charizard, dude. I think it's super cool. Oh no, favorite. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. What are my 3 favorite Pokemon? It is Snorlax, it is Kingdra, and it is Registeel. Those are the 3 favorite Pokemon. Dude, I am usually also dead. Like 12-hour shifts, man. It is very, very hard to to do it. That's just so that's why usually what I try to do is I try to give myself at least one of the days where I don't stream. And like Tuesday is typically a day. Oh damn, that Ho-Oh has crab hammer and it hurt shit. Tuesday I typically won't stream after work. And then Wednesday I may not stream. This week I'm gonna swap it up because we gotta take a little dude to go see the Super Mario movie on Friday. He's super excited about that. We gonna be doing that. So I'll probably stream on Wednesday. But Tuesday, tomorrow we probably won't have a stream because of the of that. Eventually, the lack of sleep catches up to you. Ideally, though, I thought about it a lot when I started doing streaming too. And healthcare isn't like a bad place to be when it comes to like trying to do something like this, because you not really like you don't always see a lot of return immediately on like the engagement or the stuff that you do when it comes down to it. Dude, Cody, welcome in, buddy. You're welcome. Welcome to the purple. The app that rhymes with itch. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Get the little dancing dude. But I thought about it a lot, and for someone like me, if I got to the point where like off of ad revenue, whether it came from TikTok or YouTube or like subscribers from Twitch, if I made enough to the point where I could just cover a single day of work, I could go PRN and I could just work like Saturday, Sunday, and then I could just stream like Monday through Friday or something like that in the evenings. And I think that'd work out pretty well to be able to do something like that if it ever got to that point. But there's also a lot less pressure like when you're doing stuff, at least in like my opinion and for me, because like all my everything that I do and all the bills and all that stuff, they're covered by working as a nurse. So it's not like I don't have to like I don't feel like I'm scrambling to like take money for something like I don't want to do. Like TikTok Shop is like wanted me to get some stuff, and like I'm just not the type of like I was in sales for a while too. I'm just not the type of person who really wants to do like and push stuff or talk about something if I just don't think it's like a decent thing. Like I talk about Digimon Story Time Stranger a lot with these like videos I've done, and I talk about it because I just think the game is just really good, and I'll talk about just about anything if I think it's good. And I'm not like a super hard person to please either. Like I'm just like I like it if I like it, I'm not like super critical on a lot of stuff. But if I just can't like, if I got something and like, from like the TikTok Shop and it was legitimately good, I would have no issue being like, hey, like I'd recommend this to you. But like I worked in, Flying Type, you're cooked, Ursula, get out of here. In sales before I went to nursing school and had to push stuff I didn't want to push, cough DirecTV cough at AT&T for long enough that I just was like, I don't want to deal with that. Now, that's not to say if I ever got to the point where Raid Shadow Legends offered me a fat check, I wouldn't download it and check it out. All right. I hear that Raid Shadow Legends money be dank. And shit. They got some cool looking stuff. I'd check it out. But dude, yeah, it's the dream schedule. PRN weekends, man. And it's crazy because like a lot of times like PRN nurses, if you don't have benefits, they get paid a little more too. I have yet to win a run. This is the most promising run we've had in a minute. We're at like 982. gonna buy some great balls here. Very, very important reason for it, as you will soon see. Dude, John, we get these ROMs from, so this is the Kaizo IronMON. It is, a IronMON variant. Oh, get that hoe out of here, dude, right now. You can download this at ironmon.gg, and from there, you just have to find a Fire Red ROM, and then you download the files and stuff that it sends you. It'll give you a big file bunch. I do get benefits as an RN. I do get benefits for what I do right now. I work full time, which for us is 36 hours a week. But we get paid for the extra few because I'm weekend option. So weekend option gets extra pay for being there on the weekends. Dude, once you start doing it, you get better. You get to learn a lot more about Pokemon moves and stuff like that, which is really cool. Oh, I see. Here, I can type out this for you, John. This is the actual website. You should see like the rule set and stuff like that. And like I said, it'll take you to a Discord. The very top of the page says join our Discord community if you're interested to find out more. And then you can pick the variant you want to do. Like you don't have to do like I'm doing Kaizo, which is like I think like the hardest variant of it, or one of the hardest variants of it. It's kind of like Pokemon Cock and Ball Torture to a degree, but there are different ways you can go about doing it that like are a little bit easier too. Bone Rush, dude. Cog and Bam, dude. Because like you got like you just get, I mean we just keep doing the same thing over and over for so long, dude. I am staff and not travel. Travel does get paid a lot more. You are so welcome, dude. You can. I haven't looked into some of the other ROMs. Radical Red was one I downloaded that I got the same way through like a Discord community that I found. Powdered no. He said my keyboard. Dude, travel, they can get some rough shifts sometimes. I guess they make up for it because some like one of the travel nurses I work with makes like $85 or $90 an hour, dude. Absolute bonkers. He makes over double my pay as a travel nurse. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like my base pay for an as an RN here is $31 an hour, which I mean, and it's still pretty. Ooh, that was scary. Pretty decent, but with the weekend option, the incentives and stuff like that, we get it puts me at right about 40 an hour. $42.44 is a new grad in Minnesota. That's not bad. Like I said, the base pay here in Arkansas is 28. I got a $3 meds, what's called like a med surge premium tacked on. Yeah, it's crazy too, because like I've talked to doctors who assume that we make on average Yeah, the union is a scary word for a lot of folks here. They don't like people when they talk about the union for nursing. Unions, we had a union when I worked at AT&T for telecommunications, and dude, we as an AT&T person, I made like 22 an hour to work at a retail store. It was pretty good. It depends on the union. Some unions can really work for you, and some unions like you don't get that much value out of. I was hoping to find some more healing items, but yeah, rent is really nice. The housing stipend, dude. Like, there's a guy here who gets a housing. I think he gets a housing stipend, but his son goes to right now. His son is going to college up here in Jonesboro, and he works at the hospital. And he just lives he just stays with his son when he works, and then he just pockets the housing stipend. I'm not talking up on my own. I don't need someone to say it for me, dude. Yeah. And there was somebody else who he had he had a super sweet deal that I think his grandma, she left him him and his mom their house in somewhere in Tennessee. I can't remember quite where, but he lives not too far away from what is it? From work. He has a house that's also here, and but he used his Tennessee address to get a travel contract. So he gets a travel contract, but he literally lives 30 minutes away from the hospital. And that is playing the game right there, dude. That's the kind of stuff that you taking advantage of how some of those things work. Because it's one of the things that's crazy to me about travel contracts, right? Is that the hospital has the ability to pay these people money. If you can afford a travel nurse for $80 to $90, whatever you're paying to these people, then you could bump up. You could take that $80 and $90, bump up nurse salaries $10-15 an hour or something on a bunch of different nurses, and then you could easily get more people interested in just coming to work. Yeah, then you can that's right, you get a pay bump. My hospital was super excited. They're like, dude, this year we did so good. This is one of our best years that we've ever had. So to celebrate all of our full-time employees, they're getting, wait for it. No, not pizza. We went from a 2% raise to a 3% raise, baby, year over year. And they wanted me to freak out about that shit, dude. That's right. Big W's, big W's. 3%, 1% more. You missed me with that bullshit. Don't expect me to get excited over your extra 1%. Oh, yeah. Leadership does not care, dude. Dude, I am a nurse, dude. Yeah, it's my 32 cents, man. That is a good thing about blue collar. You know, you can talk all the shit you want. In the medical profession, they expect us to try to remain somewhat professional, dude. We have to like watch what we say sometimes. My agency's budgeted. No, dude, that sucks. Dude, yeah, I am. I don't work in the ICU, but I do work in the. I work in the PCU, dude. Nursing is kind of blue collar. In a sense, it does feel kind of blue collar in a different way, because like nurses kind of do talk their talk, but they just do it in a different way, like. Like, it's super funny sometimes, man. Like, I remember sitting, I remember sitting on the, next to the doctor, and the heart doctor, and he's talking to one of the patients, right? And he was like, what are the chances of this thing happening if I if something going wrong, if this happens? And he was like, well, you know, we do all this stuff, really well. We take all these precautions, blah, 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 blah. And then he's talking to him, and he was like, yeah, but you know, like, I don't know, like, but isn't there a chance that something could go wrong? And he looked at him and said, there's a chance a meteor can come through the window right now and crush us both. And he said, but I could tell you what, if you don't get this heart surgery, you probably won't live that much longer. He was like, all right, dude. I guess we're getting this surgery. Dude, do I have a barber? Yes, I do. Sometimes when I get up and go to him. We've made it. Dude, old nursing is blue collar. New nursing is hardcore critical thinking, dude. Yeah, ICU and like progressive care, stuff like that. We do a lot of critical thinking. There's a lot of like moments of like, this doesn't feel right. Like, I think something bad is coming. Did my patients, my spidey senses are tingling. That's right. Eventually, I remember I had my preceptor, and he just like, he had this like sixth sense, dude. And he was like, he could just tell when certain things are going on. I can give you an example, Marcus. So I think it was like around 6 months of me being in the hospital, right? I gave somebody blood, and it was like the second, no, it might've been the second time I given blood, the first time I'd ever run platelets. Okay. Now, if you get blood, there is a rare chance that you could have a reaction to blood that you're getting. And normally, this does not happen. It's very, very uncommon that you see this because A, there's super stringent blood protocols for how it's handled. 2, if I'm giving blood to somebody, I have to have an extra nurse. We have to double check that you are the type, you have the right type, that you are who you are. Like, there is like a very stringent process that you go through when you hang and you give blood, all right? So, and when I start blood, you stay in the room with the patient for 15 minutes to make sure everything's okay. Well, I was in the room with the patient. I'd hung the blood. We'd done all the stuff. And she was like, she was awake, but like a little sleepy. And about 5 minutes into me running the blood, she starts to get like a little irritable. And I was like, well, this is kind of weird. We were super chill just like a few seconds ago. So like, I'm like talking to her, and then like all of a sudden, man, like I'm like watching her, and I was like, man, something just feels off. I was like, I don't know what it is. I was like, I'm going to grab the vital machine. So I grabbed the machine. I checked the vitals. They're up a little bit. Our temperature's up a little bit. So I'm like, that's kind of weird, but like, it's not like dangerous bad. And then she's trying to get out of bed and do all this stuff. And I was like, what is going on? Well, like next thing I know, I'm called another nurse in there. And I was like, look, something is just not right here. Like she's like, we have like, well, there's a change in mental status. I don't know what it is. She's getting real agitated. And then next thing I know, we are at a heart rate of like 170 and we're tachycardic, and I've disconnected the blood, and we've got the medical emergency team in there, and we're having a whole moment because this lady's heart rate's super high. We had to give a medicine that's called adenosine, like slows the heart, stops the heart, restarts all this kind of stuff. And man, like we pushed the adenosine, her heart rate like dropped like barely. It did nothing to her. And like she ended up going like immediately to the unit, to the which is the ICU. Dude. Yeah, SVT from a reaction, dude. Crazy. It was like and the nurses were like were like standing around me, and like I said, I'd only been there for like 6 months. And they're like, we've never seen a reaction like this. Like we've never we know this can happen, but like I've worked here for like 10 or 15 years. I've never seen that like happen in person before. So like they were super skeptical that something was like this is what was going down. But no, she did. She had the whole reaction. She got to the ICU. And she like I had to do a whole occurrence system and like talk to the folks about it and like what like the experience was. And she ended up passing away in the ICU with like complications later. But it was the craziest thing, dude. Like, yeah, her heart rate went from like 80 to 170. He said I was cringing the entire story knowing where this was going, dude. It's like it was nuts, dude. And but then sometimes you have people just like who just do crazy shit for no reason. I had someone just take a shit in the middle of the floor who was completely cognitive and with it. Like they just were like, I had to shit, and then got back in bed. I was there when we hung blood for a patient last week at clinical. My old vet nurse said she's seen true reactions in 40 years. Yeah, it's crazy. I got mine the first 6 months. Had a fall 10 minutes from the end of my shift. That was me. My bad, bro. What are we doing here? We need to go into the Rocket Game Corner. I think that's what we got to do, right? We follow the trainers. Oh yeah, I think there's a few more we can fight for experience. Hey, 5 years, no falls, dude. That's so rough. That's the worst, dude. It's always right before your shift is over that stupid stuff like that happens. Dude, like I saw some like shit in my first like 6 months as a nurse. Like the first 6 months of the nurse, I was like at some buffet before the visit. Like had me scarred, dude. Dude, that is always a good thing. Dude, transporters, I'm always so happy when they're there. I'm always willing to give them a hand too, because I don't ever want to fall. Dude, it was on night shift, yeah. The worst things that happened to me were on night. Dude, this thing has Volt Absorb. Have happened on night shift. Like, part partially because you just can't get a hold of folks as much. But I'll never forget this one either, because I'd gone down to like the coffee shop, because it was like the coffee shop that we have. It just they closed at 12. I came up, and they called dude, Mark, thanks for the follow, buddy. I come up, and this one of the nurses who'd been there longer than me was like, Adam, I need help. And I was like, okay, yeah, right away. So like, I put my drink down that I got, and I walk in the room, and they were like, you need to grab a gown. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm thinking isolation or something. Nah, this dude had what was called, if some folks might not know what it is, nursing folks know what it is. It's a tracheostomy, and it's like a little tube in your throat that you have to be able to breathe in and out of. Well, he had a brand new one just placed, and he coughed too hard, and it got dislodged from his throat. Is this fisherman stalling me out while I'm telling the story, dude? Ingrain, stop that shit, dude. Yeah, and he was like spraying blood out of his crate, and I'm like, oh shit. Like, and the first thing, like, you're taught in like nursing school and stuff is, like, it's bleeding, put pressure on it. But you can't put pressure on a windpipe, man. That's pretty hard to do. And they got him all taken care of, and he was fine, dude. But man, it was stuff happens so fast, dude. You just never know when you're in the hospital, like, what you're gonna get, what's just gonna happen all of a sudden. The suction away for the doc, dude. Yeah, we had to start 1 or 2 rounds of compressions, and the guy came back. So he was fine after that. Ah, shit! I really need to hit that move, Flygon. Yeah, a lot of the time it's the patient you least expect, and sometimes you can see it coming. Yeah, John said it best. Like, you're gonna try to, like, suction the blood. That way, they don't get anything in like their lungs or something like that, and get the doc to get there like as soon as possible. And they're gonna put in a new trach, and they're gonna like do like as a stopgap measure type deal. Yeah, it is crazy how fragile we are, but like when you start learning about the human body, it's also just crazy how crazy the actual nurses game. I'm going to bed. Oh, dude. Heck yeah, buddy. Dude, nurse gaming podcast, dude. You just like you'd be surprised like how how crazy it is that like the human body functions the way it does when you start learning about the science behind it. And like, because you start to like move the needle too far one way or another, and we just fall apart, dude. Like, if you're like your pH level, like you have like a perfect balance and stuff like that. Like if you fall too far one way or the other way, you're just basically cooked. Like, dude, Alex, dude, I try to get on. I'm usually about 8 or 8:30 is usually when I try to get on most nights. Yeah, age is only a number, dude. That is the truth. You never know what could happen and when it could happen. I am Central Time. I am CST. Usually, like I said, I try to go 8:30. Oh, it's got levitate. Nice. That's bad. Is when I usually try to go live. Tonight we went live a little later because of son lost his first tooth. Had to do tooth fairy things. Do 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 do. Dude, yeah, 40 to 50. I would imagine, because like, so I'm 33, so I could see like eventually wanting to leave the bedside, you know? Because like it takes like it takes a toll on you. For sure. Super! Dude, Marcus, thanks for the follow, buddy. You are so super. Do we gotta go into the game corner now? Go retire and pack you, dude. Yeah. The dream, right? I know a lot of people like PACU. They like one-day surgery, too. I've seen a lot of folks who worked in one-day surgery. There's some places that, or the cath lab. There's a lot of people work in the cath lab, too, where I work. They never want to leave the cath lab, dude. Before we hit the hideout, let's get fresh because we can't leave once we're in there. Like, unfortunately, one of my worst skills as a nurse is doing IVs too. And like a big part of it is just because, like I honestly I never really have to put them in that often. Because they come up from like the ER with them, or they come from the ICU with them, and we get a lot of folks who have like the central like pick lines and stuff. Because well, see, we have an ultrasound team, who comes around and does it. They're the pick team, and they come around and they put in IVs with the ultrasound machine. Everyone else gets the vein team, dude. Yeah, dude. Our folks, they always want you to like our like requirement is you have to attempt to stick the patient, I think, at least once before you can do before you can put in a pick team consult. But like, you know, honestly, it's something that I wouldn't mind like getting better at doing. Because unfortunately, it's just like IVs are just one of those things that like to get better at it, you just kind of have to do it. That's the only way. $100 a cat? Yeah. Dude, that makes a lot of sense. It's all money. See, our hospital is a nonprofit hospital, so we do take a lot of folks who are like without insurance and stuff like that. I mean, isn't that like, you know, I think about that too. Like, I don't want to charge like there's a couple things behind it. Like, I don't want to charge someone money for it, for one, and for two, if I'm doing that. Like, a lot of folks, like especially older folks, they already have an idea that their veins, like how their veins are. So they, so like they'll be able to say like, hey, I know I'm like a hard stick. And like, I don't want to go in there and like poke around at someone just for the heck of it if I know that someone can take a machine and for sure get it on the first try. Like, why am I going to go in there and do that? You know what I mean? That's always my mentality with it too. Like, if I go in there and I look and I see someone's got some good veins and I feel like there's a reasonable chance that I could get it, like, sure, I'm going to go try to do the IV, but... And see, it's interesting because I don't really know much about like how the nonprofit side of everything operates. Oh, an energy root. That's huge, dude. Just got into phlebotomy, and the old people are hard to stick, dude. They are hard to stick, dude. Like, for sure. Oh yeah. See, I've got the good vein. I've got some very good veins to stick. Yeah, that's my thing too. Like, y'all are very worried about patient satisfaction. And we know they're going to complain. And rightfully so, they're going to complain. Because, like, nobody likes getting, like stuck. Especially when they tell you, like, hey, I know how this is going to go from the outset of everything. So we've been kind of smoothing through the hideout, though. We're doing pretty good. I don't have a heart defect, but I do have, what is it? Not palpitations. I have PVCs, so I do deal with that. But everyone should get IV. Boom will last 100 days if flushed and maintained. Dude, like, I love it when I see folks with a PICC line, dude. Or, because, like, PICC lines are just so great. Like, as long as you, like, flush them and maintain them, you know, like, if someone, like, you just change the clays properly, do everything you're supposed to do. Now, I know there is, like, the risk of infection, but... A dilated aortic root. My med cabinet is at 32 years. Looks like I'm at 80. Metoprolol, lisinopril, hydrochloride thiazide, atorvastatin, dude. Yeah, Clapsy. They do hate Clapsy. Potties and Clapsies, dude. Hate both of those. I just had to attend an infection prevention class today for like 3 hours. We went through all of the line care, all of the Foley care. I'm fresh, yeah. Dude, I'm on metoprolol. I was on hydrochlorothiazide whenever I was in nursing school. My blood pressure got up there a little bit. But I take metoprolol for my PVCs because I was having a ton of them. I was having like 16,000 a day for a while. So my EP was like, yo, not that big of a deal, but you guys take some metoprolol. Let's hit the elevator. Is there a healing item on the table? No, it's a tiny mushroom. I guess I need to go through and try to empty my bag out again because I'm running out of room here. Do Relicanth. Hit him with Thunderbolt. There we go. Hit him with Thunderbolt. 960. Oh, and once again, Thunderbolt. Extreme speed. That's fine. That's fine. You're okay. We got to deal with Giovanni. And then we can pop our way back to the Silphco, not the Silphco, the Lavender Tower, and we can get our levels up. And I probably shouldn't use Sacred Fire there because I don't know what Giovanni's gonna have. This is fine. This is fine. This will be okay. There we go. All right, dude. Giovanni, what you got? What's up, Nightly? Sacred Fire it. Get this little spider-looking dude out of here. Polytoad, Thunderbolt. Get him out of here, too. Willfish, same thing. Same verse. Sacred Fire, dude. We've got the we've had the answers so far. Crobat, dude. Dang, man. Oh, we missed Bone Rush. Come on, hit him. Hit him. One more. Okay, Giovanni's team was not bad. Was not that bad to deal with. We were doing all right. We got a Silph Scope, so we cleared. Everyone loves the nurses, dude. I'll tell you the worst thing about being a male nurse, and that is simply that we are tall most of the time. So when I'm working with some of the techs and they're shorter than me, I have to I can't raise the bed up high enough to pull someone up. This is Anu. This is the same Flygon, man. This is Flygoat. He's still going strong. We just took out Giovanni. He's got one more potential move to learn. We are asked to help boost every patient. Dude, yeah, we got it. We got it. We got it going on pretty good tonight, dude. We've just finished beating Giovanni. We've got to, I think our next place to go to is going to be the Lavender Town Tower. And then we're going to run the trainer gauntlet. To level up before we have to go deal with Erica. Because she'll have some tough Pokemon. But we're sitting level 60, so we're sitting in a pretty good place. We gotta climb that tower, and then we'll get the flute, and then we'll go all the way down to where Koga's at, take out all those trainers. We'll go all the way around the biker's path, take out all those trainers, and then we'll double back and we'll start hitting the gyms and stuff like that. Flygon was not the starting mon. Shuppet was actually our starting mon. We caught Flygon out in the wild. I got 3 amulet coins. These won't do us any good anymore. Dang, $5? That's cheap as heck, dude. I can't believe the Sacred Ash that sells for only $100. Isn't that just crazy, dude? Just crazy. All right, let's see if we can get through the Poke Tower here. Pop a repel. That's right. What a find, dude. Crazy. Use a max repel. Run our way through this place. I can't remember if Pokemon Tower is considered a dungeon or not. I think it is. Zatu, dude. Thunderbolt. Will that be enough to put us at level 60? Almost. We're almost level 60. Heal powder. Our heal pockets seem pretty deep right now, though. That is one really good thing. Even though I will say, yeah, this is a huge, like, the journey we're about to go on is a huge experience journey. We'll get a ton of experience and hopefully, like, have enough experience for, like, for the hardest dungeon in the game, which is going to be that, what's it called? The, Silphco. Silphco is like the hardest spot because it's so big. There's so many Team Rocket folks in there, dude. A hyper potion, dude. Miracle Seed. How often do we get this far, Remy? Dude, this is probably the 5th time we've managed to get this far. Let me think. The only other Pokemon who have managed to get this far were Brobat. He made it all the way to Agatha. Claydol, he made it to the game corner, but he got stopped by Toxic Giovanni. He did not make it past Giovanni. We had a Kingdra that made it this far. We had a Milotic that made it this far. And then we've had Flygon. So yeah, this is the fifth Pokemon out of what attempt are we on right now? 989 that has made it this far. Honestly, the majority of the battle and the majority of the time we spend in the what's it called? Not ice moves. In Professor Oak's laboratory, dude. Professor Oak's laboratory is purgatory for Kaizo. We stay in there a lot. That's like 80% of this game, it feels like, is just sitting in Professor Oak's lab, hoping and praying that we find something. Thunderbolt! Yes, dude. Ty! We got a follower, dude. Babadook. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Flygoat going the whole way. That's right. We're hoping Flygoat goes the whole way, dude. Wait, did we miss? We missed twice? We did. We missed twice. Flygoat, dude. Flygoat's got a crazy good move pool right now. He has... I was checking our coverage calculator. And... Oh, dude, I can't... Wait, I think I can fix this. I'm not supposed to use the healing thing in here. But I think we have 268 Pokemon covered when it comes to what we've got going on here. Now, it is kind of crazy. The big thing we don't have coverage for is ground typing. That's really it right now. But yeah, let me look at the coverage calculator again, because we had we have 2 times weakness to 268 different Pokemon. So that's huge. And of course we have Shedinja coverage. Shedinja coverage is huge, dude. Sacred Fire! What we got? We got 4 left. We got 9 of these. I know a Sacred Fire will put her right to sleep, but I feel like a Thunderbolt will too. He's level 33 and I'm level 60. Like, there's just no way. Oh, yeah. Here, let me put the tracker back up. There you go. I forgot it didn't do it whenever I clicked over there. Level 61, baby. You're very welcome. That tracker is really helpful. It's a lot easier to see the tracker over on this side too. Over on the purple app, because on the phone, like the scroll, it's a lot smaller, so I can blow it up a lot bigger over here too, which is really nice. Swamper, dude. Come on, hit him 3 times. Dude, let's go, Fly Goat. That Bone Club, man. Thunderstone. Let's go. Be gone, intruders. Oh, yeah, I had to fight this dude. It's a skitty. I think we can burn a Thunderbolt here. That's fine. We'll kick that skitty right out. All right, let's take care of all of the rocket grunts. Sacred Fire. Dude, if I could get some more PP up, dude, we'd be doing great, man. Oh, kill this thing before it gets going, dude. I don't need that. Oh. Throwing shit at me. Another Sacred Fire. All right, one more. Let's see. We got this guy has 2 Pokemon, a Celebi. Oh, dude, perfect. Drought, Sacred Fire, kill Celebi. Get it out of here. Get Celebi gone, dude. And then Thunderbolt. Porygon's done. Oh, no, Porygon's not done. Signal Beam. Now Porygon's done, dude. Doop-a-doo. Okay. One more. Rock Bug, Bone Rush. Yeah, the low PP is kind of hard, but Gardevoir, Signal Beam. Honestly, one of the moves that gets used the least right now is Signal Beam, but gross. I wish I had Sacred Fire. I would take care of Pinsir. Well, I guess that Thunderbolt worked too. Articuno, perfect. Thunderbolt. Get Articuno out of here, dude. Dude, let's go. Okay, so we've cleared out the tower, man. Mr. Fuji, thank you so much for the Poke Flute. I appreciate you. We've done it. Flygoat has been whooping on everybody, dude. Yes. Dude, Gentek! Thank you for all of the gifts. Oh my gosh, dude. Look at all of them. Look at all of them, dude. Donuts. Ice creams. Roses. Cats. Oh my. Jotaro is excited, dude. Dude, thanks so much. Dude. Dude. This is Pokemon Kaizo IronMON. It is Fire Red dialed up to be a lot harder, where you're trying to win with only one Pokemon. Dude, thanks for saying I got the energy. Thanks for saying I got the vibe. I tell you what, there's one thing you can control. It's the vibes, dude. I'll definitely take a look at my DMs, dude. Thanks so much, man. Let's see. This is the Rocky Balboa training montage right here, dude. Dude, what happens if we lose? We have to start all over. It is tragic if we lose. We have to go all the way back to Professor Oak's lab. We have to watch him bang my mom all over again, dude. Dude, that's right. You're watching history in the making, dude. Flygoat out here is just killing it tonight, man. We have been cracking mons, dude. Super! Dude, thank you for the follow, buddy. So what I'm playing is a little bit different from the OG Fire Red, but it is the one on the Switch is just the remake of the OG Fire Red. I do believe though you have the ability to get the events that were given out through the OG Fire Red. This is the game. This game was made like this, so there are some varying difficulty levels. So like, you know, we can't heal outside of battle. We can only fight regular Pokemon. This is called basically the Kaizo IronMON challenge, and the ROM is completely randomized. But you know, for $20, dude, Fire Red and Leaf Green are pretty cool because eventually. Oh no, you're good, man. I am down to tell you all I know about Fire Red. The other thing to think about is, like, if you're interested in Pokemon Champions at all, you should be able to use Fire Red to transfer Pokemon to Pokemon Home, and then transfer Pokemon to Pokemon Champions too. So that does give you the ability to, you know, kind of have more incentive. Which, you know, I bought the game just because, you know, I love the OG Pokemon games. Let's see. Let me look here. I'm pretty sure. Yep, you will be able to connect them to Pokemon Home. They're launching it for a one-way transfer. You can send your Pokemon over there, and you can do that for Pokemon Champions. It'll be pretty cool, dude. Which is going to be pretty cool because it seems like they're leading into Pokemon Champions being like a competitive Pokemon, like, official thing, you know? I definitely think that hopefully it'll be pretty cool. Starter is random, move pool is random, ability is random, stats are all random. Pretty much everything. The Pokemon that the trainers have is all random. It's all tons of random. It makes it very challenging. You never know what you're going to run into. Yeah, Crobat was the one who made it the furthest. So I've only seen like the previews and stuff for it so far. But from what I can tell, I don't know how much of an actual... Oh, wait. He color changed. That's why this... I missed that. I'm getting beat up because he color changed here. But the battles and animations and stuff like that are very, like, Pokemon Home-esque, you know. Not Pokemon Home, excuse me. Pokemon Stadium-esque. 2v2 double battles and stuff like that are what you're looking at. Now, I don't know if there's going to be like any kind of story or stuff like that. I did see from what I was looking at that there's a like there's going to be like a recruitable Pokemon mode, and you'll also be able to earn like tickets and stuff like that to like fully customize the Pokemons. I think they're like EVs and IVs and stuff like that. So based on currency, you can win by like winning competitive battles and stuff. Dude, Prom Black and White. Are you saying, do I think playing a ROM of Black and White? Oh, Pokemon Black and White? Dude, I would say I played Black and White too. And I wanted to do a randomized Nuzlocke of Black and White 1. Because I think it's a pretty fun way to like experience the games and stuff. But Black and White 2 was really good, and I've heard nothing but really good things about the story. Dude, Cody! Dude, good night, buddy. I hope you have a good night. Good luck on all of your nursing school endeavors. You're almost there. Keep going, dude. You're at the finish line, man. You got it. Dude, you're so welcome. Ooper, dude, Thundro, thanks for the follow, buddy. This mod, this ROM, you can get by going to a website called ironmon.gg. That is where you can find the Togetic. That's where you can find the file set and everything necessary to be able to do a Kaizo IronMON run. And you basically just need to join their Discord. And that's probably the easiest way to do it. Once you join the Discord, there is a file set you'll download. It looks pretty much just like this here. I think it should show it on my my screen. But you can kind of see it gives you everything you need with a guide and all that stuff to install it. All you really have to do is go out and find your own ROM. And that's it. And once you've got, which all I did to find the ROM was I just Googled Pokemon Fire Red ROM version 1.1. And that's it. Dude, so he likes Pokemon. You're so welcome. He likes Pokemon, it's not like his favorite thing. He enjoys it, but like he's been big into Fortnite. And he thinks Poppy's Playtime is really cool. That's like, he likes Poppy's Playtime and Fortnite a lot. Which, Poppy's Playtime is kind of scary, you know? Like, but he, like, the thing with Poppy's Playtime is, though, like, I feel like I watched scarier movies as a kid than what I feel like Poppy's Playtime is now. It's still kind of like kiddishly scary, you know? Yeah, it's kid scary. That's the best way to kind of like put it. I have not played Pokemon Unbound. I've heard it's really good. I've also heard that there is a very good variant of Platinum that just came out. Platinum Kaizo is what it's called. That's like a really tough version. Oh no. That was scary. That thing had Blizzard, dude. That's like one of the worst things for me. With that quad weakness to ice, man, you just never know. That's the worst thing about Flygon right now is ice. Honestly, sometimes these fellas take more damage from special than they do by like just super effective moves here. Dude, yeah, Blizzard crushes it. Halloween, Child's Play, Friday the 13th, dude. Yeah, like Nolan's big into he's big into scary stuff. Like he thinks Ghostface is cool. You know, he has the Ghostface skin on Fortnite. He likes Poppy's Playtime. He thinks Five Nights at Freddy's is cool. All those things. He just kind of got into the Battle Royale. He was playing a lot of the Brain Rot games on there, like Brain Rot Tower Defense and stuff like that. And oddly, a game that he found kind of fun that I showed him. So he found it was like a tablet version of it was like a tablet knockoff of Splatoon. And he's been playing Splatoon a lot. Which his tablet knockoff, and I was like, dude, this is just not as good Splatoon. Let me open your world. I'll show you Splatoon, dude. Well, all right, fellas, we're 5 hours into a goated run, dude. I think we're going to save there because got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning for work. So, and do that 12-hour shift. So we're probably gonna head to bed, get up in the morning. Won't probably be on tomorrow night, but we will be on Wednesday and Thursday, not Friday. We got to go see the Mario movie. Taking the little kiddo to go see the Mario movies. That's gonna be a lot of fun. But we'll be back again on Wednesday evening. We'll have some more Kaizo. I think we're gonna do a Digimon stream at some point in time, just to show off Digimon Story Time Strangers to some folks. I've had some people talking about Digimon a lot ever since I did some of those Digimon videos on YouTube and everything. So we will do that, and I hope you guys have a great night. Y'all stay super